All right, business math worksheet day 35. Again, going to be another short one because it wouldn't let me put too much on one sheet. It says complete the following comparative balance sheet for Barney and Barney Home Remodeling. For all the problems, use parentheses to indicate a decrease and round each percent to the nearest tenth of a percent. So you'll notice when you look at that table that they did some of them for you. If I just look at the accounts receivable here, what they're doing is comparing the current year 2013, at least their current year, to the previous year 2012. So when they found this, they found the amount of change first. It went from $24,030 to $27,000. So they subtracted and said that they had a difference there of $2,970. Now in 2012 it was higher than 2013, so they lost money, and so that's why they put it in the parentheses. So when they figured out the percent of change, they took the amount of change, 2,970, and divided it by the starting. The starting is going to be the 2012. So they divided it by the 27,000. 1, 2, 3. And so they got 11%, and again it was a decrease, so they put it in parentheses. So we're going to fill out the rest of the table, the values that they skipped over. And so first of all, here in 2012 they had $60,000 in cash. In 2013 they have $60,800 in cash. How much did it change by? It changed by $7,800. And it went up. And so we have a positive number. That almost looks like a 3 because I put my comma in there. Let me change that so it looks like you can read it. $7,800, right? And so we just subtracted those two amounts. And since 2013 is bigger than 2012, it increased, so we don't put parentheses around it. We then want to find the percent of change. So we're going to take that 7,800 and divide it by the 2012, because 2012 is where it started. So we're going to divide it by the $60,000. So 7,800 divided by 60,000 gives us 0.13. Now they tell you to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. Notice that even when it was a nice whole number, they still put the 0.0 to show that they look for the tenth of a percent. So they're going to say this is 13.0%. Then it also wants us to do the total utilities. Again, here my utilities in 2012 were $99,000. In 2013 they increased, they went up to $111,900. So the first thing we're going to do is just subtract those two amounts to figure out how much did it change by. So 111,900 minus 99000 gives me 12,900. 12,900. Now that 12,900 is a positive number because in 2013 it was more than in 2012, so it went up. We then have to find the percent, and so when we find the percent we're going to divide by the starting year, so we're going to divide that by the 99,000. So divide that by 99,000 and we get 0.130303. Again, we're rounding off to the tenth of a percent, and since there's a 3 behind there, we don't round it up, so we're going to say again 13.0. Rounds off to 13% again. And those are the only ones that are missing in that table, so that's all we're going to do on that table. We'll go ahead and go to the next table. So again, we're going to complete the comparative income statement comparing 2012 to 2013. We want to show if it's a decrease by putting it in parentheses and round our percent to the nearest tenth of a percent. So on this one, we're going to start with our utilities expense. It was higher in 2013, so it's going to be an increase. It went from $36,000 to $38,520. So if we subtract 38,520 minus the 36,000, we get $2,520 that it increased by. Then again, when we want to find the percent, we're going to take that 2,520, we're going to divide it by the 2012 because that's where it started. So we're dividing it by the 36,000. And so if we take 2,520 divided by 36,000, we get 0.07. And so they're going to say 7.0%. 7%, but they'll show 7.0 since it specifically says put it to the nearest tenth. And then on the net income, again, the 2013 is more than the 2012, so we're going to have a positive number over here. We're going to take our 132,140, we're going to subtract our 98,000, and we get, whoops, I better try that again. 32,140 minus 98, 1, 2, 3, I think I left a zero off. That looks better. 34,140. So it went up by $34,140. We then want to find the percent of change. So we're going to take that 34,140, we're going to divide it by the 2012, which was the 98,000. We get 0.34836. We want to round it off to the nearest tenth of a percent, so we're going to have 34.8. Since there's a 3 behind our 8, we don't have to round it up, so we're just going to leave it at 34.8%. And then the third one is the same kind of thing there. Complete the comparative balance sheet for Barney and Barney Home Remodeling. For all problems, use parentheses to indicate a decrease and round each percent to the nearest tenth of a percent. So we're going to do buildings, and again, the building cost for 2013 is more than the 2012, so it's going to be a positive number. We're just going to subtract 108,100 minus 94,000, 1, 2, 3, gives me 14,100. When I find the percent change, I'm taking that 14,100 divided by the starting one, which was the 94,000 from 212. And I get 0.15, can't walk, 15.0% then rounding that to the nearest tenth. And again, it's positive, so we don't need the parentheses. And then we're going to do salaries payable. Now notice on the salaries payable, the 2013 is lower than the 2012. So if you take 9,600 and subtract 12,000, 9,600 minus 12,000, you get a negative 2,400. So this one has to be in the parentheses because it decreased from 2012 to 2013. So it decreased by $2,400. So I'm going to find my percent change. I'm going to take that 2,400. I'm going to divide it by the 2012, which would have been the starting amount of 12,000. So if I divide that by 12,000, I get 0.2, which then would be 20%, but I have to do it to the nearest tenth, so 20.0%. And again, it's going to be in parentheses because that indicates that it decreased from 2012 to 2013. And that's the end of homework day 35. Because those tables were big, it only let me do one kind of question. And so just one topic there on homework day 35. Again, it's under the business finance, how to read, analyze, and interpret financial reports. And so you can look for that comparative balance sheet with a horizontal analysis and see if you have that one on your pie chart.